let's start it. But what are we doing beforehand? What are the segments? We're doing works, or we're doing more. We're doing a top five segment,
Crazy.
right? Top five craziest work
Great.
experiences. Top five worst restaurant
Well,
experiences.
no, well, no, we'll just do like worst restaurant experience, craziest work story. I can talk about my scrimmage when I went to Monticello.
I feel
Um,
like a top five is a good segment though. I know you think it's gonna
yeah, but
get old, but
it's gonna get old quick.
we need to have a segment that sets us apart. It's not gonna get old quick if we do it. We keep on doing it and doing it and doing it. Top five is like a good thing.
we'll just do like we can do it. I just feel like if we call it like we just have to like
Find a better name
not
for it.
call it top
Yeah,
five.
not call it top
Yeah,
five. Yeah, we gotta call it three peas in a pot.
yeah.
That boy be
Repeat.
just he a op, bro. He ain't recording us. What is he doing tonight? He got like a scrimmage or some shit.
I have not.
Alright, alright, alright.
He's just hanging out from the cars.
Dog, you cut out so much there.
Look at it. Yeah, because we're on Discord.
Very true.
So he's definitely not hanging out with the Negroes.
Alright, go ahead. You can go ahead and intro us.
All right, three. eh, All right, 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everybody? This is episode 3 of the Will and Tyler show.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Tonight it
sir.
is just me and Will. We were supposed to have our friend Carson on, but I do believe he is asleep. So we'll try to get him on next week. But probably gonna be a it's still gonna be a good episode.
Yeah,
We got a
most
couple of
definitely.
segments that we've been cooking up today, and I feel like we can get right into it. So me and Will, we both work in retail, even though it's different kinds of retail. I work at a grocery store, and he works at a florist. So I want to ask you,
Garden center
Will.
florist. I'm not just doing flower stuff.
Okay,
I do plants
okay,
too. I do
okay.
plants too. Put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying?
Garden center florist.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there we go. So I want to hear your craziest work encounter.
Craziest work encounter. Now, I mean,
Yes.
I've got quite a few. Okay, I've worked where I at my current job for almost 3 years. You know, started when I was 15. I'll come up on 3 years. May 2nd of this year. There, it's been a fantastic. I mean, I want to just beforehand say it's been a fantastic job. You know, it's got its highs, it's got its lows. I mean, it's still a job, but I enjoy the work environment, even though it do get very boring a lot of the times, and I do get very hungry and eat all the snacks in there a lot of times. But does my boss buy us lunch and dinner sometimes? Yes. Do I get to drive a lot? Yes. But I say I've got a few. So the first one I'm going to start out with for craziest work encounter. It's more of a humor one. So obviously Valentine's Day is one of the biggest days of the year, if not the biggest for florists. We're a florist garden center, so Mother's Day kind of gets us more because we have people buying stuff inside and outside. But for our floristry side, you know, Valentine's Day, that's our biggest day of the year, pretty much. You know, well, the 13th and the 14th, you're not if you work there, you're not gonna have those 2 days off. So that's just how it is. You gotta accept. You gotta come to terms with that. So not this year, but last Valentine's, so 2022. We had each year we do a table for Valentine's, dress it up with a bunch of like gifty stuff and flowers, make it look cool, just to draw your eyes there and get you to buy stuff. It's a marketing thing. This guy came in a I want to say it was a Patagonia jacket, maybe something else, a nice, maybe not designer, but a nice jacket. Gucci hat, shiny watch, Air Jordans, nice pair of jeans. You know, he came in, pulled up in a BMW. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this dude on a sale. The second he came in, this dude reeked of marijuana. I mean, I could smell it the second he opened the door, and I was behind the cash register. So I got up to him, you know, asked him, hey, how you doing today? I help you find anything? I kid you not, this dude spent $400 on fake flowers.
My God, on
Not
fake
even real flowers.
flowers.
Because he took every single, like, we call them silk flowers, because they're sewn with silk and other kind of this materials. They're used for like cemetery arrangements. This artificial pretty much. And so he had gotten them so he could make his whole wall, a whole wall at his place, flowers for his girl. So he just kept on buying and buying and buying. He was buying chocolates. He bought the biggest stuffed animals we had. Like, this dude just kept on going and going and going. And so, I mean, that was a decent day for me doing that. That was kind of a humor interaction, just because like how much he spent and the fact that he reeked of marijuana. But then I'll say, most recently, kind of the craziest thing I've done at work. I mean, I know for some people, a 12-hour shift ain't crazy like that. But I pulled a 12-hour shift the night before, or the day before Valentine's. I worked 10:30 to 10:30, driving from one store to the other store to deliver flowers. So I had called Tyler. And I wish we would have gotten that phone call and recording me driving back from our second store, because that was such a golden phone call. But I had taken
That was the night that created like the
that actually
created the
brought this
idea
to
for the
volition.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We had thoughts of it before, then we decided we actually had to do this. So that night I had left our store and the second store about an hour away. I had left our store, dropped off a load at the second store, took some arrangements, deliveries on the way back to the store here in Culpeper. And I got my boss, and I jokingly said to my boss, I'll work as late as you want. And he said, do you want to take a second run to that store? I said, I mean, I need some dinner. I was going to heat up some 7-Eleven pizza. My boss said, no, you take the company card and get whatever you want. So, man like me. So I drove to the second store. I had to take, I think, 40 arrangements down there. Some wrap roses, vase roses, mixes, stuff like that, just so the other store could have product to sell. Because we had sold out the night before. Now, we still had product, like, that had been sold to deliver, but we had no more we had no extra product to sell, if that makes any sense. So I had driven product over to her house, or not her house, her store, the other manager's store. I got there 8:30, unloaded. Then across the street from that store, Dairy Queen. It's been a while since I've had Dairy Queen. Figured I'd stop in. So, had to stop in Dairy Queen real quick. Got a cheeseburger, loaded that up. I probably sat in the parking lot. I took my 30-minute lunch break. I was going to get my money. So I took my lunch break. Had a beautiful drive back over the mountain at nighttime. I mean, just fantastic. That's probably another strange work experience, just because, like, pulling a late nighter at a flower shop is not usually a thing. I really don't have any, like, I don't have anything where, like, oh, there was a police chase. Like, there's been a couple accidents outside of our store, and there was a fist fight one time over a Christmas tree. I didn't see much of it, though. I was very sad about that. But people, hey, bro, these women are crazy. These rich women, bro, they get very dead set on what they want, and you cannot convince them otherwise.
I think that's where I think I might not have you beat, but like better lack of terms. I think I might have you beat on the crazy work stories.
You also work near Lake Manasty, so let's get that straight real quick. I mean, you work in, like, the dump in Prince William County. To people at Texas.
I also used to work in Woodbridge, so
again, a lot of people in Woodbridge.
For other people listening from the DMV, Woodbridge is, it's a very clear cut divide of classes, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah.
So you have the people coming in, driving their exotic imported supercars, and then you have the homeless people trying to steal stuff.
And there's not much middle class there. It's just kind of like you're either balling or you're dirt poor.
It's either you literally you're like counting pennies.
Here, Todd, we lost you there for a sec. Can you repeat that?
But I feel like, I'm sorry. 29 South isn't expecting good service.
We got opposite Route 29.
You're $100 bills. Yeah. If you're $100 bill, pennies and quarters and change and stuff like that. But I guess like one of the I guess like I could probably give you two from Woodbridge and two from Manassas. You know, I'll make them rather quick so we're not here all night. But pardon me. I remember this. This was one of my last shifts up in Woodbridge, and the Wegmans. I guess let me specify that I work at Wegmans for anybody that doesn't know.
For the
Um,
best grocery store chain in the world. Let's just get
yeah,
that straight. Because
uh,
they sell a lot of Buffalo chicken
that's just
products.
the buffalo chicken stuff too. But besides the point, I remember it was late. It had to probably be like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I was getting ready to clock out. This dude was probably one of my last three people I was going to take for the night. And I remember he comes through my line. He's probably got, I think he had like 5 or 6 bags of groceries. Uh, and this was right after we were able to work without masks.
Okay.
And this dude was high as a kite. I mean, he was on another planet. He was very nice. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
I
yeah, I
had a
will say yeah.
super
The
like
guy he was very
he was
genuine. The guy I had an interaction with.
he was very cool, and I remember we were talking about it, or we were just talking. I was like, yeah, we were talking about how music is so therapeutic, and stuff like that. And I remember I scanned all his groceries, and I'm like, all right, sir, total's gonna be it was like $1.56. We'll just make up a number. And he goes, all right, man, you have a great night. And he just starts walking away. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm like, you gotta pay for these. It's like, oh, and he was like, I'm sorry, man, I forgot. He goes, how much? And he pulls out his card and he pays for it, and then walks away. He wasn't trying to steal anything. I
He's
think
honestly forgot.
he just genuinely forgot and
Yeah.
started walking away. But so that was that story, and that was like you said, like more of like a humor. But this one was genuinely probably like a crazy story that like I still like have like PTSD from. Uh, for anybody who ever shopped at Wegmans, again, I don't know how many of you were listening have,
I will say I
but
have never shopped at Wegmans.
yeah, I provide you with everything
Yeah,
besides some
Tyler
snacks.
do be the provider though.
But in the peak of COVID, I got hired August 2020.
All right, guys, we've had some technical difficulties. Lost Tyler here for a second. Gonna work on getting him back real quick. Just bear with us. All right, Tyler has returned. It seems.
Uh, I'm sorry, my AirPods were bugging out for a second. I don't know what you guys heard.
Oh, you
Uh,
just left the call. That's what happened.
what's up?
You just left the call. That's what happened.
How did I leave the call?
No, like that's it. Just you just disappeared. So I'll edit all that out. I'll edit this out too. But that's just what happened.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna start. Okay, sorry, we had some technical difficulties. I'm back. We don't know what happened again. 29 South, biggest op.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the biggest
but
road op. Yeah, a lot of
yeah,
state troopers down there.
oh, hands down. But anyway, we had this system to where after every customer, you could only do it one at a time. You had to completely disinfect the bell,
Ooh.
disinfect the register itself, the hand scanner, everything. So that was a pain because people would get really angry. But besides the point, I remember this guy. He didn't have a mask on, and it was mandatory at the time.
Yeah.
Foreign guy. Um, and this was peak hours, so this must have been 3, 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Um, Store was, I mean, every line had at least 5 or 6 people waiting in it.
Ooh.
Probably had 10, 12 registers open minimum. Like
Mm.
it was busy. And this guy just completely uh, cuts off this lady, and this lady wasn't even my line, right? Wasn't even my line. And my friend Gus, at the time,
That
when
boy
I worked with him,
Gus. That boy. You
yeah,
remind me about him. That boy Gus.
yeah, Gus, he
We
was
gotta
my
get him on.
homie.
We gotta get him on.
I haven't talked to him since I've worked up there.
They don't matter. We'll get him on at some point.
But I remember he was working on the register next to me at the time, and like I said, this guy cut this lady as she was putting her stuff on, and dude, I kid you not, this lady grabbed me with the power of the gods. I mean, I still have the bruise on my shoulder, dude. I mean, it was bad. She grabbed me. I felt her nail, or not her nail, but like her fingers. It felt like they were gonna like go through my skin.
Ooh.
Like she grabs me, and all she says is, "You need to get him out of my line." And I, dude, she is screaming. She is crying. Like she like this. She was almost like she was in full tears.
Mm.
And I'm, mind you, I'm 15 at the time, dude.
Still a unit though.
Like, yes, don't get me wrong. I was still a absolute unit for
Little,
15.
little bit. I will say not as
Slender.
a little bit slimmer. Yeah, but
But yeah, so I was like, ma'am, I was like, I can't do it. Like, I was like, I can ask him to leave, and that's all I can. And then, like, before I could finish my, you need to get him. So I told him, I waited, and I was like, hey, sir, I was like, you need to wait in line. And, he just like grabs his things and just like scampers off. And then the lady went and complained to my service area manager, which is, kind of like runs the front end, when the front, like, that's a whole different story. But anyway, went and complained. And my boss came over and talked to me and was like, hey, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, this lady just screamed at me and Gus for no reason because this guy cutting her line. He was like, oh, yeah, you guys are fine. He was like, just next time try to get it before it happens. And I was like, okay, like that was the best answer he probably gonna get.
yeah, there's not much you can do in that
Like,
situation.
yeah. And dude, people were bad. Like, if you think people are bad now, like with just anything,
Oh, they were
I'm
ops
telling
back
you,
then. They were ops.
for anybody who ever worked retail in 2020,
Oh my
and for some
gosh. Oh
reason
my
you're listening
gosh.
to this, I thank you with every being or every fiber of my body
Yes. Yes.
because I had to go through it. I only went through it for 14 hours a week. I used to work 7-hour days on the weekends because that was the only thing you were allowed to do when you were 15 working at Wegmans.
At
But
Wegmans, I'm about to
for,
say, I was out here pulling
yeah,
18-hour
you were
weekends.
working.
I was
Yeah.
also working illegally, but hey, that don't matter no
Yeah, it
more.
doesn't matter. It doesn't. Um, for the people who worked 6 or 7 days a week, I thank you now. But dude, and it was weird, man. And also, like, another thing is I experienced is my dad was telling me that, like, transferring stores, like, because like he's worked at.
Oh, more technical difficulties. We lost Tyler again. Alright, gents, I'll work on getting him back real quick. Again, 29 southbound, biggest op.
Oh, dude, no way, it did it again.
Yeah.
All right, you'll have to edit this out again.
Yeah, it's all, no, all good, all good.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, again, 29 South is being really awkward right now. We've never had this issue before. This has only happened tonight. So if you guys get it to where it's a little choppy and, we're sorry. We're working on it. This has never happened before. But I'm just going to pick up where I left off real quick. Um, it was transferring from Woodbridge down to Manassas, dude, was almost like going to a different country. Like,
Yeah.
the talk was different there. It was a different language. You had to meet completely different people. Like, and I'm not like now, like I love it. I love working there. Some honestly, like some of my like friends that I've made there are awesome, and I love working with them, and I hope that I can hang out with them outside of work. But it was just so weird because you feel like, how do I word this? Like, I don't know how to I don't know how to make an analogy, but it was just you felt like you were singled out. You know, like you were the new kid on the block, man. Like that was the best
Yeah,
way to put it.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I mean, probably I haven't had anything like too crazy happen to me personally. And Lake Manassas, I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on there, but I usually work nights, and all the crazy stuff usually happens during the day. So
yeah,
usually I hear about it.
yeah. When you do
I
your
mean,
recap with your team, yeah,
yeah. So I'm trying to think. Um, oh, I mean, we had these two ladies. We had to call the cops um, one night because there's a tropical smoothie right across the development, or not development, but like little plaza that we work in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And apparently, these these girls that work there, they messed up these two other ladies' smoothies, and they threatened their lives. So they came over to Wegmans, told us about it, and we had to call the cops.
It's not that deep. That's the thing. It's not that deep.
Yeah, and that's literally what me. It sucks. I forget who I was working with, but I was like, "There's no way they called the like." They threatened their. It's a smoothie. Just ask them to remake it.
That's what I'm saying. I be
Like,
doing that all the time.
like, and I don't know. I mean, and people will complain about everything and anything in Wegmans, but it's just it's a part of working.
Yeah,
And
that's very true. That's very,
it's
very
good.
true.
Oh, honestly, it's not really a crazy story, but it's a story that I remember vividly. I remember this was before I started working outside in the helping hands department, which is where I work in uh, now, and I was a cashier all the time. So I was a cashier when I got transferred down, and I remember I had this older lady, and a it was like the last two things she had bananas and eggs,
Ooh,
and I told her I said, "Hey, I'm gonna put the bananas next to, but not on top of the eggs." I said, "If you lay them flat like this, it'll be okay."
yeah,
And then she didn't say anything, so I just went along and did it. And then I laid them to where they were in the same bag, but they were like separated, if you get what I'm saying.
yeah,
Because I didn't feel like wasting two. Like, this is back when we still had plastic bags. Wasting two separate plastic bags on two items. So she sees that I did do that, and dude, she absolutely loses her mind. Like I'm telling, like she goes ham on me, dude. And she goes, "Are you new?" And I go, "No, man, I've been doing this for almost 2 years."
yeah,
And um, she goes, "Well, someone of, she goes, clearly they trained you wrong." And I go, "Ma'am, no, I was trained fine. I know what I'm doing."
yeah,
She goes, "Well, you just broke my eggs." I go, "Ma'am, no, I did." Like, I'm never rude. I mean, Will, you know how I am. Like,
yeah,
in public, when I'm not talking to you guys, I am a very nice, genuine person. I
yeah. You're not a
rarely am.
rude person, but you're also not
No,
gonna be called wrong when you're not
yeah,
wrong.
no, I'm not going to get disrespected. Like a switch flips.
Yeah,
But I go, "Ma'am, I promise you, your eggs are not broken." I go, "I will have someone come over and check." So she goes, "Well, can you, with an attitude, she's like, can you do that?" So at the time, I call my front end manager over. I'm like, "Hey, man, she claims that I broke her eggs. That her eggs are cracked."
yeah, yeah,
And he goes, "Okay." He looks at me in the eye. He can clearly tell that like she was being over dramatic.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he goes, "Okay." He takes the eggs out, and this was, I'm trying to think. Oh, pardon me, a 16 pack or 12 pack of eggs. Like the individual count. And he takes every single one, dude, and rotates it, picks it up, looks at it, checks. Not a single egg was damaged, dude. So then I go, "Wow." I go, "Looks like I got trained pretty well." And then I give her the receipt, and she snatches that out of my hand. And I go, have a wonderful day, ma'am. And then she stormed out.
Honestly, you're a better man than me, or your manager's better man than me. Because if someone's going to tell me that at work, I would have picked up the box, opened it up, threw them all on the ground, and said, I think they're pretty broken now.
Yeah, oh, dude, it took every ounce in me to not just like break them on purpose.
Yeah.
But
Again, guys. There we go. He's back.
my God, why does it keep doing this?
I don't know. I don't know. But you were talking about
Dude, the crazy thing is on my phone it's still saying like it still says we've been like on here for 44 minutes.
I think it's just because you're going in and out of service. Honestly, is what it is.
Well, I'm gonna be home here in a second. You don't have to
Okay.
worry about it. All right, going back on in 3, 2, 1. Again, we are really, really, really sorry. We don't know what is going on. This is again never happened before. We're gonna hopefully um, edit out all the parts. We're gonna try to make it smooth. Again, please cooperate with us. We are still learning how to do this podcast thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but
It's
the
getting there.
moral of the story is that every day at Wegmans you can come with a crazy story. So that's just the best way to put it.
Yeah, I will say I'm kind of same as you. I'm gonna try to be as respectful to people as I can while I'm at while I'm at work. Uh, but I'm not gonna take disrespect from somebody. Like
Oh,
if somebody has an
especially at
issue
my
with something,
workplace.
if they say, "Oh no, I said this," I'm gonna say, "Well, like just recently, had a gentleman call, and he called and was asking why his delivery did not get delivered. This was on a Wednesday that he had called, and I said, "Well, I've taken on deliveries for today. Where was it to? Told me where it was to. Told me who it was for." And I said, "Well, you know, I was told it's." I said on my ticket I have delivery for Thursday. I don't work Thursdays. Haven't worked Thursday in a while. He said, "No, no, 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 no," and started yelling at me on the phone. "I was told yesterday that it would be out tomorrow. So you need to figure some way to get it out there." Now, most of the time, I'm closing by myself. So I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna close the store to take a delivery that often.
Yeah.
If it's a Sunday, I'll do that, but definitely not a weekday. That's not gonna happen on a weekday because I get busy. And so, I mean, it took some constraint to not yell at this dude and say, "Hey, you can admit that you told him Thursday on accident. You got these dates mixed up, and we'll be fine, and I'll get it out here after 6." Since I figured I had to be a good customer service person, I had someone come in, watch the store. I took the delivery, handled it. But yeah, I will say, yeah. And a lot of the time, I think people give retail workers a lot of crap for stuff that's out of our control. Prices.
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of crap about price. Like if somebody asks me a price, I don't know it. I'll go find out the price. Or if something isn't priced, I will go get the price for them. Or I'll tell them the price. If I know the price and they ask me it, I'll tell them, "Oh, this is how much it is." People say, "Wow, that expensive or that pricey?" And
Well,
that's
yeah,
and I
and
had one guy tell
people.
me, "I'm surprised y'all stay in business." I was like, "Wow, are you a business consultant?" Again, lost Tyler. Hoping we're gonna have him back soon. Uh, there you go, Tyler's back. But yeah, as I was saying, we'd like to apologize, but as I was saying, uh, you know, get a lot of people and stuff. I'm not gonna say retail is a hard job. There's jobs that are a lot harder to do in this world. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that you know, get a lot of crap for stuff that's out of our control. Even if or stuff if my manager tells you something or one of my work buddies tells you something, I'm not gonna know exactly what they told you. So if they told you something and that exact thing don't happen, I'm sorry. But I get a lot of crap people, and it's just like we've got to make money.
Yeah,
And
I
if the
mean,
market for stuff goes up, that's what it is. Like we sell produce during the summer. If it costs us more to grow a tomato, we got to sell it for more. If it costs
That's
us
right.
more to, harvest peppers, same thing. If no matter what is it, what if it's produce, no matter if we're doing cut flowers from our farms, if we're doing, you know, fresh shrubbery, trees, live plants, house plants, anything like that, pots, artisan made stuff from our Mennonite guys, like it's not gonna. We don't control the price on that. Now, yes, we can say we can negotiate down, but I still have margins that have to be met. I still gotta pay a lease, still gotta pay employees, still gotta pay for gas, vehicles, upkeep, stuff like that. I will say, I mean, a lot of that stuff goes into like the crazy interactions I've had at work. Not bad things, but just crazy interactions. And I know there's another segment Tyler we want to go into, and we're going to stretch these two segments out far. But the next segment he wanted to do was worst restaurant experience. Now I have a few.
Sorry, I have returned.
You're all good. You're all good. Worst restaurant experience.
Oh, I got this one. Let me cook.
All
Okay.
right, ahead, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I because if I don't talk about it now, I'm gonna forget.
You're good. You're good.
Well, honestly, no, I'm never gonna forget this. So, one of I've had a couple, but one that I remember the most, that is most recent in my brain, is me and my dad. Uh, my dad is a connoisseur of wings, as myself, right? My dad grew up right outside of Buffalo, New York, at the wing capital
Yeah,
of the
where
world.
Buffalo wings were
Invented.
established. Created.
Yeah. So, the wing capital of the world.
Hmm.
And so the local Buffalo Wild Wings we have here is not necessarily the greatest wing
It
establishment.
sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight. It
It's
sucks.
it's bad. So this one night, I think it was the 30th, like the night before Halloween. I remember it was just me and my dad. I think my mom and Aria had either gymnastics or dance, and so dad was like, "Hey, let's go out to eat." Um, he was like, let's give Wild Wings a shot. You know,
Yeah, let's give him a chance for redemption.
like, all right, yeah, we haven't, ooh, I messed up my toe pretty bad. All right, sorry. Um, he was like, yeah, we haven't been there in a while. Um, like, let's go give him a shot. I was like, okay, yeah, come on. So we go there, and Wild Wings had some like event going on, right? Um, after like 11, or no, after like probably 9 or 10, they were switching over to like it was pretty much going to be like adults only. There's going to be like half price drinks and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
music and stuff like that. And we asked everyone like, hey, is it okay if we eat here real quick before everything starts? They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. They're like, we're not going to kick you out, but if you're going to have everything. My dad was like, look, we just want to eat. Like he was like, we just want to have wings. He was like,
Yeah, give
we're
us
not
some
worried
chili. Give
about
us
it.
some spicy sauce.
Yeah. So we get there and we're just chilling and we put our order in and I remember my dad ordered 20 wings. He ordered five blazing, five teriyaki, five I believe it was garlic parm, and then five spicy garlic. Okay.
Okay, that's a great mix right there. That's a
Yeah.
fantastic mix.
And then I ordered 20 wings as well. I ordered five. I remember I ordered five honey barbecue, five spicy garlic, five garlic parm, and I believe just five hot or like five Nashville hot
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something like that, right?
Got a great lineup there too.
Yeah. So, and mind you, we put that in and then we waited probably 40, 45 minutes to get our food. Mind you, we were the only person or only people in there. There was one other group
Yeah,
before, the little party thing started. So, me and my dad were making jokes about it and stuff like that. And we get our food and I end up getting the teriyaki. He ends up getting some flavor that he didn't order. Um, so we kind of just like look at each other in shock,
Yeah, in utter
and,
disbelief.
yeah, in utter disbelief, and kind of just like accepted it, and then we just ate. Like best way to put it. Like
Yeah, not
we're
much
like
you can really
okay,
do from there.
and we weren't gonna complain. Um, too much. So we were like, all right, let's just eat. I mean, and the wings, they're very 50-50 there. They're
Yes.
either cooked really well or they are
Well,
terrible.
I
There's
won't say
no
very well. I'll say above average.
okay, yeah, because they
I
can't
don't want to
really
give
cook
them too
well.
much credit.
Yeah, God forbid we give them too much credit. But yeah, no, there are times where they are crispy, somewhat crispy, and then there are times where they're completely soggy.
Yes, very,
But
very,
that's
very true.
probably that's probably one of the more recent uh bad tragedies. I mean, everywhere. I mean, that's why we usually go to places like Aldo's or Sweet Rue because they always give us good food.
Yeah,
And it's usually never gives us problems. So
usually.
no, I would probably say 90% of the time don't give us problems.
Oh
So
yeah. I'm with you on that. So I'll say, for me, I've got I've got a few I'd like to touch on. So all right, obviously, one of mine is also going to come from Buffalo Wild Wings. So again, I've also had great times at Buffalo Wild Wings. I want to forget the interactions. I think a lot of people who aren't really I would say big fans of wings. They eat wings recreationally. Not I won't say we eat them competitively, but we take it serious when we eat wings. It's an event for us. It's not just something that's nonchalant. That's a serious friend group interaction having wings. So when I hear people in my classes talk about, oh, I get boneless wings, I tell them, no, you didn't order wings. You ordered chicken
you were
nuggets. And they
chicken
say, well, they
nuggets.
have sauce on them. I said, you ordered chicken nuggets with sauce on them. I said, that meat doesn't even come from the wing of a chicken. I don't want to hear it. I'll be honest, I was a boneless wing person myself at first because I was poor, but then I became rich and I decided I found Jesus. He led me to traditional, not even traditional, just wings. Is pretty much what they are. But so I had ordered, but this is probably middle of last year. I had ordered. Yeah, I get 15. So no, I don't remember exactly what my order was. I had probably ordered 5 spicy garlic, 5 buffalo, and 5 honey barbecue. A decent spread. Not too much heat, but you have a decent bit of flavor there.
Yeah.
And the waitress gets there, nice girl, but she gets there, and my food comes out last. And I already know when my food comes out last, every time my food has come out last, something is wrong with it. So she comes out there, and I got handed garlic parm,
Oh, I
teriyaki,
was here with you. Yeah, I
and I want to
remember
say
that.
lemon pepper. And who? Okay, honestly, I don't order dry rubs. I like sauces over dry rubs. Dry rubs are good, but I like sauces more. And I looked at her and I said, I didn't order this. She said, oh well, do you want me to take it back? She said, if you take it now, I can't give you the money back, or like I can't exchange it for you. And I said, yes, I'd like what I ordered. So then I waited another 15 minutes to get my
Yeah,
food.
dude. I remember. This was when you, and my dad went that one night.
No, no,
I think
no.
this was.
This was me, you, Jagoat McKinley, Carson, Kristen Soderholm, Dash,
Oh,
Justin. This is when we got the
that.
whole when they had to bring two
Oh,
tables together for
wow.
us because we had that many people out there.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Okay, yeah, that's clicking now.
yeah, I will say, but when your dad was with us, that was the first night I had ordered traditional wings. Changed my life. Changed my life. Cost a little bit more money. So
That's
worth it. So
because I
worth it.
remember. Yeah, that was back when you were like scraping for pennies. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean it's not that I like wasn't making enough money, but it's just I didn't want to spend as much. I wasn't working as much. And so that had changed my life. But that order, and then honestly, a lot of times Buffalo Wild Wings sucks because anybody who's had their beer battered onion wings, they know it's the best thing to get there. The beer battered onion wings and the fried pickles. And if I go to your establishment and you don't have the two best things, I'm gonna be mad. Like when I order the house sampler and they say, oh, can we substitute the onion rings for fries? I'll be like, well, do you have onion rings? They'll say, well, no. Then I mean, yes, don't ask me, just do it. But I mean, that should be the first thing you tell me. Hey, we're out of onion rings, and I'm gonna get up and leave.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's
No onion rings or no fried pickles, and
yeah,
it's a no go for me.
that's what I'm saying. And so that happens quite a few times, and I get very mad. But I will say another bad interaction I've had, a place that I will honestly never go again with my friend group. If my family wants to go there, like if my sister's birthday, she wants to go there, I'll go there because that's family, you know. Or if someone really insists on going there, I may, but I'm not going to go there willingly. I'm not going to recommend it as a place to go. It's going to be Glory Days. I have had so many horrible interactions at Glory Days, getting the wrong sauce on my, whether it be nuggets or wings, multiple times, even years ago. But most recently, we had gone to Glory Days. It was
Oh wait,
me,
is
you.
this the time I'm thinking about
Yes, it was me,
with the
you.
unmentionables?
Uh, no, I don't think it was the Unmentionables.
Well, that was the last. The only time we've been there, other than that, was when it was me, you,
Oh yeah,
Carson, and Dev.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, me, you, Carson, and Dev. That's what it was. And so we went there. And okay, let's talk about. I don't remember what whoever is like really creative. You can find the date for this if you look up some night that the Celtics were beating the brakes off the Nets. It was just a
Oh,
slaughter. It was a slaughter. But so this night, this was the night we decided to go out for dinner because I had just found that I passed my firefighter one test. I was officially certified as a firefighter in the state of Virginia, so I was pretty happy. I was like, all right, guys, let's go celebrate. So the plan was to go to Wild Wings. You know, of course, Wild Wings. For
of
some
course,
reason
yeah.
on a Thursday, or no, it was a Tuesday, like the second Tuesday of the month, they do like cornhole, and so it was full. So we're like, all right, we gotta find somewhere else. We're like, let's give Glory Days a shot. Let's give it a shot. So we go
That
there.
was a mistake.
Yes, it was. We go there. Food takes a little bit longer than expected. Okay, I understand. Sometimes things are backed up, staffing. I understand how that works. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna really complain about that. Ordered a Philly cheesesteak. Ordered double meat, right? I'm not so sure I got double meat. I'll be honest. I think I got
Oh,
short
you
a little
definitely
bit.
didn't.
And then also, okay, ordered a small mac and cheese on the side. On the side. I've said this before in previous podcasts. The cheese was not melted onto the noodles, like the little shredded cheese on top. That doesn't look too appealing. Me and Carson had the same thing. He looked at me. I looked at him. We were very displeased with that. You know, that wasn't a happy feeling. Then I mean, the waitress. Nothing against her, but I mean, she didn't make too many rounds to the table that often for refills or if we wanted to put a dessert order in. You know, and then ordering the ordering dessert for some reason. Carson's lava cake had cherry dressing, or not dressing, but
Oh yeah,
syrup
it
or
had the
something on it,
cherry
a
sauce instead
garnish.
of
Yeah,
the
cherry sauce.
chocolate sauce. Yeah.
Mine, I mean, I like cherries. Mine didn't have any on there, so I was kind of, you know,
Yeah,
little
no, that
taken
trip
back about that.
to Glory Days was it was something to
Yes,
say
it
the
was. It
least.
was something. I'll give you that. It was. It's not going to happen again. We're not going to make the mistake. And then I'll be honest, Chili's is probably. I need to mention this before, but we need to mention a Chili's event that is ongoing. So
Oh,
it would have been so great to have Carson on here for this. We'll have to have him give his
dude,
side of the story for this.
that's why I wanted to talk about the restaurant experiences because
I know he would bring
half
this
of
up.
our half of our experiences we have as friends is doing stupid stuff at restaurants.
Yes, and so we had gone to Chili's. We go to Chili's probably once every other month. We try to do one or two dinners a month. You know, just friend group interactions. Just I like. I'm not a big guy, but I like eating. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want to enjoy food, and so go to Chili's. I think it was a Monday. I would just gotten off work. I want to say, go to Chili's, and so this is a two-part story. I'm gonna tell you both parts. But so the first time we went, you know, had a decent meal, had a decent conversation. National championship was on. Good game. TCU sadly got slaughtered.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember because yeah, this is the week after the
yeah,
Buckeyes lost.
yeah, and so
Bad day. Bad day.
bad day. So Carson had, we jokingly said, "Car, just leave with the cup they give you the drinks in." So dog just left with the cup.
He literally picked up
He
the
just
cup
picked
and
up the
then
cup
just
and
left
we
out.
left. So the next time we went, we told Carson, "All right, bring the cup." He brings it in, sits down at the table. The waitress kind of looks at it. Was that already there? No, ma'am. Brought it from home. Gave him a free refill on it.
Yeah, the
Didn't
crazy
charge
thing was, is it didn't charge us the drink.
did
And
not
the
charge me the
best part,
drink. He said, "I brought my own
the
cup.
best,
Are you gonna pay me? Are you gonna make me pay for it?" She said, "Nah."
and you know what the crazy part about that is? The best part about that dinner is she gave him a new cup.
Yes, because she said she couldn't fit his old cup. It couldn't go back there another time without having to go through the wash because like their standards, like it has to go through twice. She said it couldn't go back there a second time without going through the wash. So she was like, "Can I just give you a new cup?" And he was like, yeah." So he left there
I
that night,
mean,
and that new cup is
it's still
somewhere.
somewhere in the Clement
Yeah,
household.
the Clement residence. It's somewhere there. That cup will make an appearance on a podcast sometime soon. Carson's cup. Um,
Once we get the in person studio set up.
yeah, once, and I will tell. Me and Tyler are gonna discuss this after work because I have found a place. So be looking out for that for probably episode 5 or 6. But I mean, that was probably one of the best restaurant experiences. I'll say. Um, just overall a really, really, really good time. Um, that's all I got
Yeah,
for restaurants.
as opposed to worst restaurant.
I will say Ruby Tuesdays is also Duty Cheeks. We haven't had a friend group dinner there, but it's Doo Cheeks.
Oh, I haven't been to Ruby Tuesdays, dude. And I can't tell you how
There's
hard
a
it has
reason
to
we
be.
don't go to Ruby Tuesdays because it
Yeah,
sucks. It's so bad. It's not worth my taste
yeah,
buds. It's not worth my taste buds.
yeah. Probably upwards of 7 or 8 years.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, also, by the way, the reason you're doing there's my dad in the background for anybody wondering.
Yeah, Andy.
Um, the legendary Mr. Goodvow. Oh, only reason I bring this up, Dad, do you want to say hi? Oh yeah, there he is.
There we go.
As me and my dad, we tried that new steak and cheese place today.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm actually glad. Thank you, Dad. We're gonna have to edit that out, well, but besides the point, we tried it out, and it was solid, dude.
That's
Like
good to hear. That's good to hear.
I I liked it. I'm getting ready to try this other one.
The one where Sweet Rue used to be?
Trying to think. No.
We gotta
So
try that
this
one. We
place,
gotta try that one.
we definitely do have to try that because I heard we were talking about that. Me and my dad were actually talking about that earlier.
Hey, invite me. Invite
No,
me. We'll do a podcast.
yeah, it would be perfect, dude. Um, no, we were. This place is actually right next to Little Caesars.
I thought it was Steak and Cheese that was down there.
Huh?
I thought Steak and Cheese was down there.
No, Steak and Cheese is right next to Little Caesars. That new place by where Sweet Rue used to be. I have no idea what that is.
Okay, okay.
Um, Christian originally thought it was a surf and turf place, but I do not believe that is
It's steak and
accurate.
seafood.
Okay,
I'm
well
pretty
then,
so that's surf and turf in my book.
so I don't know off the top of my head, but
Yeah, I've looked at their menu. It's a little pricey.
yeah, I'm not surprised. Usually, all the new restaurants are.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, he got me two. He got me one that's like loaded, and then one that had just like just whiz like jalapenos,
Mm,
like spicy
mm.
relish on it. And it was good. I mean, I give it like a good 8.5 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Um, in my opinion, I still believe the best cheesesteak in Culpeper belongs to the Uncle Aliber.
Amen.
So,
Amen. Amen.
um, but they I forgot to put this.
Again, we're gonna have to do a food podcast one time, whether it's making hot sauce, making pepper jelly, making spicy wings, or just eating food like a mukbang. I mean, we gonna have to do that. It's gonna have to
Yeah.
happen.
So definitely. I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure if we pulled a few strings, we could probably do it at a restaurant.
Pooch. Yeah, I mean, we are major proprietors in each restaurant in Culpeper. Let's just get one thing
Yeah,
straight.
I mean, we're regulars at Elders, and we're
They know
usually
us.
at
Okay, at
three.
Sweet Rue, we are known. The
Yeah,
waitress, if it's jazzy, she knows exactly what we want, how it's split. She knows
yeah,
if we want it mixed or not.
yeah.
That's why Jazzy is a
Jazzy
good
knows our
tip, because
entire order.
Jazzy knows the usual. The other lady there needs to be fired. I hope she's been fired because no, honestly, no. I mean, full offense to her, she sucked as a waitress. If you're not gonna
Full
like, if you're
offense.
gonna sit on your phone the whole time and my food takes 45 minutes, dog, it's chicken wings. Put them in a fryer. Drizzle with sauce. I
Dude,
know the joints are frozen, so like,
I remember her telling me apparently they only use one fryer at a time.
see that's their issue right there. You got to do more than that.
Yeah, she told because I remember I told her about it, and I was like, Jazzy, we gotta get this together. You know, it's just like joking. And she was like, well, we only use both fryers if it's a specialty night.
Again, probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not a restaurant health inspector or anything like that. So it's
What's it
just
then? Oh, sorry, I thought
you're all good, all good, all good. So but yeah, I mean, it's probably been the fattest podcast we've ever talked about because just
yeah,
it's
this is
all
definitely
food.
showing off the table muscle.
I will say though, I think a lot of people who listen to this podcast agree with everything we said.
Yeah.
Because again,
Well, a lot of our friends
I'm
are.
not a big fan of big restaurants. I don't care if I have to pay more at a small town restaurant or like a smaller business. Their food's gonna be better. It's gonna be cooked better. The service is gonna be better. Like that's just how it is. That's honestly how it is. And I'm willing to pay more for better service and better food, even if it's substantially more. I'm gonna pay for the experience as well at a restaurant. That's what it is for me. So
Hold on, we'll edit this part out. Can you hear the TV in the background?
negative.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so okay, back three,
Hey,
two, one.
Loki, I'm gonna edit this part out too. How much longer do you want to go for? I think we're sitting close to an hour right now.
We can go like 10 more minutes.
Okay. All right. Close this out with
All
it.
right, ready?
Close this out with it. Yep.
3, 2, 1. Yes. Dude, honestly, in my like humble little opinion, I think Sweet Rue probably. I feel like Sweet Rue definitely has top three wings in Culpeper. I feel like it definitely goes Sweet Rue, Elders, and uh
I put elders at the top.
yeah. I mean, when Elders wings, the thing is I love Elder to death. Sometimes the wings are a little small.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or I only get one kind of wing. Like sometimes I only get flats. I'm a drum guy
I
myself.
don't mind that.
Yeah,
I'm more of a flats guy myself.
yeah. So I like variety. So we got to work on that a little bit elder. But
Yeah,
it is what it is.
fine. We'll have him on the podcast. It'll be great.
Bro, if we can get Elder Sanchez on the podcast, it's the best thing in the world.
But no, like, and yeah, I mean, like you said, this is definitely the fattest podcast we've ever recorded. But I liked. I feel like food is always a conversation that no matter who you are, you can always go
You
in
can
depth.
always relate to it too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in my opinion, my favorite restaurant in November is always Buffalo Elders. Like, I could eat there 7 days a week.
Oh, amen. I'd be a lot fatter than I am now, but I would.
Oh, hands down. Yeah, and I
Oh,
feel like Elders
I've
prices
grown.
aren't too terrible too. You know,
Yeah, that's valid. That's
I
valid.
I love Sweet Rue. I love them too, but I feel like they're more of like a once every while.
No, that's
Yeah,
valid.
like a
That's valid. That's
once every
valid.
while. Um, so I was actually talking to Jazzy. So the reason we haven't gotten her as our server is because she only works on the weekends now, and we always go during the week.
Oh,
So that's why we haven't gotten her in so long. So I asked her about it, and I was like, "Hey, me and like last time I met, I was like, me and the boys uh, are going to Sweet Rouge. She's like, are you going to be there?" She's like, "No, I got dance." And I was like, "Oh, I was like, you're
that
selling."
sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, it's like you're selling.
She is. We gotta work
But
on that.
But no, I feel like we voiced both of our opinions, though they were rather similar, and that we
Mm-hmm.
both agreed that the Wild Wings and Culpeper, little humble Culpeper, Virginia, is abysmal. Uh, but I will say their appetizers do carry the restaurant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I thought there's a few restaurants. Hold up. May have breaking sports news. Give me one moment to look at this real quick. Definitely. We will also send him to China under the request of Xi Jinping, investigator to look into LeBron James. We found. Alright, never mind, never mind. It was a fake news thing I got baited by. So, we're all good. We're all good. No need to worry about it. But I thought I was going to have some breaking sports news, but sadly,
I
you know,
do know Team USA is playing Great Britain right now
oh snap. In baseball? Bruh, we got a dog.
in baseball.
Dog. Too easy.
I think I was texting with one of my coworkers, and she was keeping me updated on the score. I believe it's 2-1 right now. Uh, but that could have changed.
Yeah.
Uh, were you still there?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, sorry, it was a little dead period there.
Yeah, I get
But
all good.
I think we're gonna wrap up the episode here.
Yeah.
I feel like,
We're close to
you
wrapping
know,
up.
yeah, pardon me, we talked about a lot of stuff, and hopefully we were supposed to have, the legendary Carson Lace on here.
Legendary.
The legendary Carson Lace. Sadly, he couldn't make it. But I feel like next episode we'll have somebody. Hopefully, we can do this in person. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that's something we're gonna work on. But Will, any closing remarks?
Again, if you stay with us this whole time, I mean, I will say, our few views have been up. Please keep sharing, liking, commenting. Give us some interactions, give us feedback. That's a lot. That's what we really need here. We need feedback, just so if y'all want to see more stuff done. I mean, that's what I need to know, so I can work on it. If y'all want to see different, you know, yeah, different things. Just you gotta let me know. So I'd appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, thank you for listening tonight. You don't have to listen. So we do appreciate you taking time out your
We
day.
do appreciate it.
So
All 15 people out there listening, we appreciate every
yeah,
single one of you.
yeah, and it's I mean we have a lot of
Oh,
fun.
also, I want to say, real quick, shout out my boy Zach. He scored in the Monticello game in the Monticello scrimmage we had,
Is this my
and
boy Zach as well?
this is your boy Zach as well.
There we
Sadly, I
go.
don't remember his last name,
Dickinson.
but he scored Dickinson. Okay, he scored in the Monticello scrimmage, and he was talking about the podcast when we were warming up. So shout out to
That's
my
good to
boy.
hear. Shout out to that boy Zach.
Yeah, shout out to
Absolute
that boy
dog.
Zach. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Tune in hopefully next week.
Hopefully, yeah. If we can get it. I mean, I'm on break next week, so hopefully we'll get some recording stuff in. Me and Tyler are gonna talk about a studio that I have found. But again, thank y'all for listening. No matter what time it is, if you listen to this tonight, have a great rest of your night. It's the morning. Hope you have a good day at work, school, anything like that. It's just a regular day. Hope your day ends well. But we do appreciate your time, and just let us know what else you want to see. Thank you very much.
Everyone have a good night.